everything I went through with the awakening, the dark night of the soul, the suffering, unbelievable. But the strength it gives you is just on a different level. Now combine this with my own personal problems and trauma and everything like that, it was an eruption. And something that had been brewing for a long time. But it was here where I got my great information and how I learned more through the dark night of the soul. The awakening process is extremely hard, as people have heard and people who have gone through it. It's very isolating, but you need it for a reason. You know, the contact that I had really ignited the seed in me. That's what kicked this off and put me back on the path that I needed to be back on. I'd obviously strayed away, and here I am now with the information I have and sharing it. I never thought in a million years I'd want to do videos, and trust us, it's the worst and last thing I want to be doing. But to not share this information would be very, very selfish and very cowardly of me, because it is valuable information. It is good information. So, and it shows you the capabilities of human consciousness. If people want proof of connecting to a higher realm and getting contact and daily messages and signs, and not only be given these angel numbers, but be shown what angels really are at the deepest level. Jesus Christ at the deepest level. God, religions, all religions as one, all subjects as one. Truth about the pyramids of Giza and how other things work. I have been given information that even experts and scholars haven't got, who've been working on these subjects for 200 years. The information, as I said, I have no right to know, but it shows you the contact that can be made. 6 years it's took me on my journey, altogether really 6 years, and this is where it's brought me to a completely higher realm of consciousness, and my whole contact was through a higher way of consciousness, connecting. We are all one, all beings, all life is one, as we are now seeing with the US Congress finally admitting to it. My own journey with the ufology, I've done a diplomacy, I've studied over 300 cases, and I've spoken to people who have had these type of contacts, you know, and the misinformation and the misguidance, not just on those subjects but in everything, is just miles away. I mean, you've got to be talking about 90% of history is just completely wrong. It's from the perspective of somebody's own agenda. Yes, the history we have may happen and it may be true, but it's only one small part of the overall truth. And we are fed a breadcrumb and expect to believe that that is it all, when really it's just one small part. Science, spirituality, religion, history, all the civilizations, Egypt, artwork, sports, entertainment. I'm being shown everything and the interlink between all, and how they're all just one. Everything I've asked for, they've never disappointed. I have over 6,000 recorded messages, some of them containing information that's never been heard before. Hence why I'm doing the videos. Once you see the next video I do is going to be quite revealing. I just wanted to get into this one now and talk about especially this coming time. The whole point of it. 12 years. The number 12 runs through all subjects. We have the 12 apostles, the 12 steps of Horus, we have 12 labors of Hercules, the 12 tribes of Judah, we have the 12 imams, we have 12 months, 12 hours on a clock, we have 12 cranial nerves in our brain, 12 is key to the carbon atom. The number 12 runs through every subject and has a huge important role, massive important role. And it shows you the interlink between all things. And we actually have 12 years until what the Hinduism calls the Yuga cycles. We are going from the Kali Yuga to the next phase. This is what's coming, 2036. I've been given the dates, the times and everything when it's official. It is the Kali Yuga end. This is why you're seeing what you're seeing. Do you think it's any coincidence that in 4 years we've seen COVID, presidential assassinations, corruption, politicians, Epstein, the Diddy, the Hollywood, just division on all levels, war, There's no coincidence, and now we are learning about aliens and UFOs, all in the space of 4 years, and it hasn't even started yet. The window of opportunity for this cycle hasn't even started yet. It starts at 2025, and in 12 years these cycles will change, and this is what we call the coming time, the return of Christ consciousness, the return of Christ. This is why the book of Revelations have your raptures and your ascensions and all these things throughout all the religions. Everything that religion waits upon is now. It's coming. 12 years. It's what I've been told. And the facts are there. I've decoded everything. The facts are there. It's in films, which I'll show you. They're giving massive, huge hints in films, little tiny things which I've got a lot of. People talk about The Simpsons and all this, and some of the ones I've got are phenomenal. This coming time is when cycles interact and change. It attracts a higher energy. Doors open. As one door opens, another one has to shut. And it's like a passing train. It's like a moving train. For us to get into this new cycle, to get onto this moving train, we need to get up to speed first to make that jump. And us getting up to speed is truth. It raises the consciousness. The new cycle is the sun returning. That's what the Yuga cycles are in Hinduism. It is the sun cycles. It is 4 cycles they have, just like the 4 cardinal points, north, east, south, west, just like the 4 seasons, just like the 4 heart valves, the 4 parts of the brain, just like the 4 horsemen, the 4 heads of God. The same number again runs through all subjects. It's another one. 7 is the same as well as 12, and as well as many more. And this shows you the holes between each one, piercing through each subject, because each subject is just a different version of the same story. The Hindus, however, have a much deeper understanding about the planetary cycles. Let's not forget, all religion today, every single religion today is based on religion and the brain. Mainly the sun and the moon and the effect it has on our brain, which I will show you. I have proof of what Jesus is and Jesus Christ is. It is so much bigger than you think. It's just a bearded man with long hair. So much bigger. But the fact that people believe that to this day is quite astounding. The truth sets us free, and I have the truth to give people the higher consciousness, and we are seeing the return of Christ, but it is not what is in the Bible or Book of Revelations. They get their information from knowing about these cycles from years ago. Bearing in mind the Mayans and the Hindus knew about it well before any type of religion. So that information is valid, that information has been known. Egyptians knew all about the brain. Everyone knows about the brain except the people in the street. We know nothing about it. Artwork, films, it's all based on brain and planets. This is the common theme that runs through them all. And this is how all subjects are one. The coming cycle, the change, it's a natural cycle, except it has an effect on every level. That's probably why you're seeing all these spiritualists emphasizing change on all levels and what's coming and all this. That's why, because the cycles are changing and it affects every level, from the creation level itself all the way to the atom, the brain, the mind, the body, the soul. It has a huge effect on us. And this is the changes that are coming. When we leave the Kali Yuga, it is the embodiment of darkness, and this is what you're seeing with the likes of P. Diddy. This is so much bigger, the likes of the P. Diddy, the Epstein, the Hollywood stuff. Because we come into the Kali Yuga, all these truths are coming out. Darkness is just trying to find somewhere to stay before the light shines it out, gets out of it. And they are embodying different people and spreading so much, and the people who have been using dark magic over these past centuries, won't name any names, but a lot of the industries and the higher people know about it, and that's why they do all these sex-crazed parties with underage and all that. People think it's just a perverse sex thing. It's so much bigger. It's dark magic. It's tapping into a much higher level, but it's a darker version. Now the Kali Yuga ends, this dark energy must go. It must leave. And that's why you see in the final stages as being embodied by certain people and having a huge effect on things. Because this is the time when a tree grows in the shade, it doesn't grow very, very well. If it grows in light, fantastic. That is our cycle now. We are leaving the shadows into the light. And the truth is what helps us grow. That is what gets us up to speed to match this new passing train, this new cycle. The information I have can bridge the gap to show you. I will show you the truth about Jesus Christ, the story of Jesus Christ, at its source, all the way down, levels, because it is layers. It has the meaning of all layers. It's so much bigger than what you think. But we are so misinformed, and people take the symbolism quite literally, which is just unbelievable. It was things like the Bible was put in symbolism. It was put in a symbolic way, so people could understand it better. Now we have an age where they genuinely believe it, so we've actually gone backwards, and one of the biggest mistakes we make is underestimating previous civilizations and their capabilities. And that's again something I'll show you about the pyramids of Giza, which will show you the capabilities that were around thousands of years ago. And everything I've got shows you that history is a lie, really, because even religious stories or stories about the brain, like Jonah and the whale, has been around for centuries. It's the story of the Sylvius in the brain. Now, which, if you have a look at this picture here, this is the Sylvius. This is the journey. It's the process of the cerebral fluid through the brain. This is the journey of I Am. This is the journey of Jesus Christ. It is from the sun to the spinal cord all the way up. This is where the Adam and Eve snake comes from, the serpent, the dragon. This is the mythical tales of the dragon and everything. This is where it comes from. We are coming into a time where truth is going to be more accessible, and it's time.